the potential victor of Saturday's president poll in Ukraine, hasn't run a usual campaigning, so reporters include been looking for clues on the next in a TV AMD in that he acting the guideline part. Down there aren't lot jobs wherever you can put your feet up and job your way via a TV box set out of sense the slightest bit those guilty. But there in Ukraine, setting in the several hours in front line of the display has been one way of hard to know which has been at times been a enigmatic poll. How far via it are you, has been a known chorus, muttered among journalists on the bang of campaigning events. The require view is a policy feuilleton named Man of the Human Beings, and receive completely through it conducted actual obligation. The Shah, believe the Western Fender, in jokes, has fair introduced its tertiary episode, and down there are almost 50 episodes. Observer it is one way of hard to get to grips in the meteor growth of Volodymyr Zelensky, a comic and artist who stars as the Ukraine CEO in Man of the Human Beings. He's as well a applicant to be the actual CEO of Ukraine and has a policy side, as well named Man of the Human Beings. Embarrassed. So the blur of fictitious and reality doesn't appear to worry Ukrainians, in reality it appears to include driven clearness. All the polls propose how Zelensky, a 41-year-old Monty Boa fan, is departure to destruction the position Petro Poroshenko and readily win Saturday's president poll work off. Zelensky has efficaciously run an against campaign. He's avoiding policy election meetings and speeches, and instead of extended performance firecracker routines in his sitcom team. Down there's been really slight in the way of politics or ideas, separately of a pledge to be new and various. Severe interviews include been few and far among, and down there refuge been lot click conferences each. So the minutiae of the frequently ridiculous episodes of Man of the Human Beings include been lofty, and prepared, occasionally by rather severe print, for clues as to which might lie front in a Zelensky chairmanship. How lot, for sample, should we recite in the fictitious Soros showdown in the World Cash Foundation? Several are concerned how Zelensky might rotate out to be a Narodnik and search to go behind on the International Monetary Fund's stringent facility for loans. And later down there's a succession wherever Zelensky's nature pulls out car guns and young growth all of the MPs in Parliament. Perhaps how's an hopeful mark how he's departure to be hard on policy corrupt practices. Each period president applicant Zelensky has moistened his toe in usual policy campaign it's not lost so. He's been charged of creature easy and laughable, that of year is a risk, if you've consumable your lifetime, as he has, work as a comic. So time Petro Poroshenko has done stops through Ukraine and been a routine in TV studios, Zelensky has stayed off. His selected technique of communicating has been public print, wherever he posts a stable flow of optimistic videos, a mix of him work out in the gymnastics, joke in Friends, and receive informed by a crew of advisors. He'll find out, and be enclosed by the top, is the communication we're imaginary to get off. Zelensky's successful so far is due just in portion to Zelensky by himself. View polls there in Ukraine include for a length period been unanimous on one item, how human beings very loathe their political community and policy framework. A latter examination showed how fair 9% of human beings there include trust in there by the government. How's a planet cheap? So Zelensky represents, in portion, the outcry voice. Two fingers creature grown versus the MPs and leaders who include dominated the nation's latter story, and whom lot see as pervert, in the pockets of a fistful of wealthy oligarchs. Poroshenko is conclusion out how creature the applicant of sustainability and safety is not a voice victor if human beings are fed up in a statute quo of economical odds and a outwardly infinite war in Rusky-backed forces in the East. It's not difficult to see why the telegenic Zelensky is appealing to voters, yet lighting he is on material. Down there is else TV Shah how has be a must-watch for the campaigning. It's unseen of the futuristic bleak episode named Dark Glass. At first speak in the UK 6 year back, it tells the history of a animation Carrie named Waldo, who stands in an poll following proper renowned on a TV show for derisive political community. Zelensky has consumable his carrier joke on political community, so human beings include been seduced to paint parallels. It's a compare aided by the reality how he stipulated the Ukraine voiceover of Paddington Carey in the latter hit films. But the vote of Paddington looks set to go one superior rather than dark glasses animation Carey. Waldo ended up upcoming other. In Ukraine the comic is set to gain. In one eye on the output, Poroshenko's supporters in parliament are not take it so. One said me scornfully, he doesn't though aware wherever Peru is.